Okay, back to KOTOR where we just finished Korriban. And I opened up the mysterious box. Oh no, that box actually shows back up in, again, the Old Republic. I just want to talk to Juhani real quick.
Yes. I have been bothered by something of late. I never told you where I came from, did I? Where I grew up as a child? I suppose I was trying to deny what I was feeling. I have been wrestling with my feelings inside, trying to come to terms with it, but I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame. Someone to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Tatooine. Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastilla. Taris, my homeworld. If it were not for you and Bastilla, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastilla. Without your intervention, the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood. Just let me vent my anger. I need someone to blame. Something. Anything. I hated that world. Yet everything I learned as a child, I learned there. It is as much a part of me as the air I breathe. I have this ache inside me, where all my childhood memories lay, and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that world would still exist. I know. I suppose I realized that. But it is so hard to lose your entire past. You would not understand. Yes, I suppose it will. As long as we remain focused on our task, it will. I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial experiences. We should stop for now. Yes. I was remembering Taris. No, it's all right. I think I am over the worst of it. I apologize again for lashing out at you. It was not
I
your
mean, I
fault.
would have. You always need something to vent that when
A horrible place to have to
bad
live.
shit goes down.
At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and the meager pay doing back-breaking labor. There was always the danger of raghouls coming up from the sewers, or more mundane predators living and working in the area. My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford. With no money to spare for any amenities, even the enclave on Tatooine seems a paradise in comparison. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived, and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human. The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order, the one who was with the group going to fight the Mandolarians, she was human. I am sorry. I am getting away from my point, if there even was one. Sometimes I curse the day my parents fled to Taris, but then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today.
Parents.
Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic, to save the galaxy, if we can. How may I be... What is it you... Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that. No, there were not. Having fled the birth world of my species, my parents flew as far and
KOTOR
wide
was
as they
destroyed by the
could. And
Mandalorians.
so I was raised alone, knowing of my birthplace only the few stories my parents could tell, and seeing no other member of my species at all. It all comes back to wars and fighting. The curse of your race, it seems. In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds. KOTOR was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran. They swooped down from space, across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist, and in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed. We were not members of the Republic. KOTOR was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the First War against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it. My parents carried me as a baby with them and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard. My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
A bar fight, I guess.
Killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry. I cannot talk about this any longer right now. How may I be? What is it you...
Alright, we've reached the end of her current conversation list. Alright, first things first.
How can I help? I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zahar. You never give up, do you? I admit, I'm interested in you. I find you intriguing, compelling even, but it's not what you think. You have a great gift. You have an awesome command of the Force, and I tremble when I think of how you might misuse it. What? No, of course not. Not like that, anyway. In many ways, you are dangerous. You could be the savior of the galaxy, or you could bring untold destruction upon us all. I've seen how you've resisted many temptations and continued to walk the path of the light side. Very commendable, but I'm afraid you might stray from this path. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety, for it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this, but I will do my best to make you understand. The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious.
Master, we just raided a Sith temple. I think I've seen the dark side.
It's terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for. I am no less resistant to temptation than any other. I simply have the benefit of training that you do not. But even the training of the Jedi might not be enough to save us. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly? One who serves the light does not strike down an innocent. We take arms against the dark side and the injustice that follows it only. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying. I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side. But I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must. How can I help?
Alright, that's her done. Alright, Tatooine real quick. Where is Tatooine? Yes. Land on Tatooine, come on, land on Tatooine. Oh, no, cutscene. Lord Malak.
Calo Nord is dead, Lord Malak. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Calo's, not yours. You may
Calo's been dead for a whole planet,
I am
Ford.
not a bounty hunter, Lord Malak.
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend.
What a dick.
Find Bastilla and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
Wasn't he on the Hendar Spire at the start of the game? After this, all we're doing is just leaving with Bastilla to try and get her companion quest to start up. I also need to bring out Juhani because I need her to level her up. Also, I need to we'll be going to Kashyyyk next anyway.
Genchopa chawi tichok twiz yun kun, patuyama kama wona henak nek, bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa, dong abuk shami no nok.
I'm Bastilla, yes. I take it that you know my mother.
Bona na kachu, kicha badwang, wanga kum kiba bu mulera, kakin chak nawa gawa bakon, donk kiba nukunek, tonga buksha nagnong.
Is there something I can do for you, miss? As you can see, we're in quite a hurry.
Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon, wana kumbes, chi pala mulek, donki pa nagnonek, tu nikton chun ke nemolek.
My mother's condition.
Ti un parto punta krita, ak ti konto una chaba chisa wanki, ti toki granto
someone's
kon
sick.
ti chan kun green kancha.
I've not seen my mother since I joined the Order. Do you know what's happened? Did she say anything about my father?
Genchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watu yama kama wona henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa. Dong abuk shami no.
I see. Where did you meet her? Do you remember?
Chika don mulaka wata yumaka wamahona nek. Ashanti to.
Thank you for informing me. I really mu- It seems my mother's been looking for me. Strange. Should we get the opportunity, could we look for her on Tatooine? It's important enough that my mother was attempting to seek me out. Perhaps it has something to do with my father. Part of me would rather not see her at all. But if she's really...
But then, level up time. Wait, no, can I upgrade? No, can't get her force speed up. Fortunately. No point giving her strength, because she doesn't use strength. Hey, alright. Bastilla's turn.
What?
What is it? How may I be? What? What is it? What can I
Bastilla
do?
was stuck in the pose for talking. Right. Off to Tatooine. Afterwards we go to Kashyyyk. Tatooine, we gotta do Canderous' mission, deliver the stuff to Motto Hut, and Bastilla's mission. Right. Tatooine. This should be the last time we go to this planet. Right, might as well bring 2. Oh, well, I have to go into the Hunter's Lodge to sell that wraith bone we found. We bought off the woman. I don't think I've actually gone into the hunting lodge at all today. Well, this playthrough. Right then, we're done here. The thing with the Crate Dragon Pearl, you can actually give it to the chieftain of the Sand People, so you can learn the history of the Sand People.
The mother was supposed to be here, so ask if they've seen her. We should try to find her.
Actually, I will have to come back to Tatooine, because I'll have to deliver the tack lands to Griff. Here we go. 2,500 credits. Now we never have to go back into that swoop office again. Where is the cantina? I think it's over here. Here it is. I don't think I'd ever have a reason to come in here. If it wasn't for this side mission. There we are.
Ben? I'm sorry, do I know you?
I'm here, Mother, but don't you recognize me?
What do you expect when I haven't so much as had a picture of you since you left? Do you know how long I've been trying to find you?
You knew as well as I communication would be impossible once I joined the Order. Now what is this about? Where is Father?
Then you haven't heard. I should have known.
Has something happened to him? Are you going to tell me or not?
Your father is dead, Bastilla. That is part of the reason why I was looking for him.
Dead? What happened? What did you do to him?
Isn't this a lovely reunion? Already she's flinging insults at me. Tell me, you're one of her friends. Do you treat your mother this way? Is that so? Well, I'll be joining her soon enough, I suppose.
I was told you were sick. Are you actually dying, or is this merely melodrama for my benefit?
Such sweet things, you say. Perhaps I should
This
tell
is
you
my family
everything
reunion.
first before we start arguing again.
You could start by telling me what you got Father into that killed him.
I hadn't realized Jedi were so spiteful. You want me to tell you I brought your father here for an expedition, do you? You want to blame me for his death? You never accepted that your father loved going on his treasure hunts, leaving you alone with me. I was always to blame for everything. What else is new? So yes, fine. I brought your father here to look for Krayt dragon pearls. He took an expedition into the Tatooine desert, and he died.
How can you be sure of that? Father is an experienced...
Do you think I would look for you if I wasn't sure? They were attacked by a Krayt dragon, and one of the guides fled the battle. He saw your father killed.
I see. So what do you want from me? Credits?
Oh, don't be insulting. I want you to use those senses of yours. I want you to find him. I want you to bring back his holocron.
Why? So you can sell it?
Is it too much to ask that I have something to remember your father by? Of course it is, isn't it? You couldn't be bothered.
We're very busy on a mission from the Jedi Council. I doubt... What remains would there be? Great dragons are huge predators, easily able to devour a human, and the desert is a harsh environment. Finding my father's remains would be an even more impossible task than finding his holocron, an ignoble end to a fine man.
As my daughter is quick to point out, I haven't the coin to hire another expedition, nor am I the adventurer my husband was.
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with what she's asking. Are you actually sick, Mother?
What difference does it make to you? None, I'm sure. Just find your father's holocron, and you won't have to worry about me again either way.
That's the kind of response I would expect. Very well. We'll look for the holocron if we have time. I can't promise any more than that.
I believe your father was headed north towards the Sand People Enclave. I would check...
Only one place there was a crate dragon, and we blew it up, so we better go back there and check the star map cave. Right.
Good hunting.
As for Canderous' mission, it's to the right side of the sandcrawler. Just look for the angry Mandolarian. I just need to be careful, I don't want to set off the sand people.
So, Bastilla, I heard a rumor that the Vulkars captured you without much of a struggle. It must be embarrassing to be bested by a handful of street thugs.
There were extenuating circumstances, and I can assure you, it took far more than a handful of Vulkars to subdue me.
Whatever you say. All I know is that if we had more Jedi like Bastilla fighting against us in the Mandalorian Wars, my side might not have lost.
Bold talk from a broken-down mercenary who is serving at Davik's heel. I'd call you his pet cat-hound, but they have enough loyalty not to turn on their masters.
Insults? Maybe if your master had trained your lightsaber to be as quick as your tongue, you could have escaped those Vulkars, you spoiled little Jedi princess.
I was not spoiled. I was given the same training as everyone else in the Order. You are nothing but... No, I must not do this.
You're such a troll.
There is peace.
That's the problem with you Jedi. Always chanting about peace and control. Never up for a good fight. Well, except for Revan, I guess.
Enough, Mandalorian. I won't rise to your bait anymore. The game is over. Let us continue on with what we were doing.
Right, he should be over here where those wraiths are patrolling. There he is.
Ah, so you managed to come after all. I see you brought friends.
You brought some of your own as well.
Ha! Indeed I did. I foresaw that you might need help, so I arranged a distraction. I do not need to hear your excuses, Jedi. I know why he brought you.
Enough of this talk, Joggy. Let's do what we came here to do.
We both know the stakes here, and we both know what we must do. It is only in death that this can end.
This is a matter of honor. I cannot stand by this insult. I must do this.
In the battle above the world of Althir, he ordered us to attack the enemy flank, promising us support. But when he saw better prospects for his own glory, he abandoned us and left us to die surrounded by enemies.
If I had not attacked when I did, the battle would not have been won so easily.
It would still have been won. You sent your own men to die there, Canderous. I cannot forgive you for what you did to us. You will pay.
That's not the way it happened. The Althiri were fighting hard. I saw a break in their defenses that left their center exposed. I had to take the chance. If I had not done what I did, many more warriors would have died and the battle would have taken much longer. I stand by my decision.
You coward. You glory hunter. You were given direct orders and were part of a plan. You had a responsibility to us.
I can regret their loss, but it was necessary.
He left us to die when his responsibility was to us. Instead, he went hunting more glory for himself. He cost us hours. But I do see your point. But why did you have to leave us there to die while you chased glory somewhere else?
I saw a chance and I had to take it. It ended the battle quicker than we would have otherwise, and many of our warriors may have died. Mandalore taught us that opportunism and flexibility in battle were to be admired. You may contradict me, but do you contradict him as well?
No, I see that I have been wrong. I have not been true to the teachings of Mandalore.
DST based your vote under.
I was wrong to question your honor, but I must now cleanse mine with my life.
And so it shall be. That'll show you.
I made the save, but this one didn't.
I think this has affected me in ways I didn't anticipate. I think I'll need time. Thanks for what you did. Whatever your intentions might have been. I just need time. Yeah, what do you... This thing with Joggy... Is there some... You're...
Rhodians need to die. Oh well. Let us head to Northern Dude Sea and find the Crate Dragon Cave. Oh, wait, Eastern Dune Sea. What am I saying Northern Dune Sea for? Hey, dewbacks. There's an RTS Star Wars game. It's called Star Wars Force Commander. Remember, I played as a kid. I don't know, for some reason I've been trying to find it for ages. Nowhere has it, like, not even any of the old sites, GOG or that. Not even Abandonware has it. Then again though, it's a pretty old game. A lot of the old Star Wars games take a bit of working under the hood to fix. That's the only bad thing about the old PC games is nowadays they don't really work.
How can I help? About my mother? I'm unsure. I seem to find it difficult to remain objective when it comes to her. I find that disturbing. Do you think I should? That would just lead to another argument. I always despised talking to her. I'll think about it. I should try and remember my training. I don't want to talk about this.
Right then, we're done here. Let's get back to Angerhead. Oh my god, Darth Bandon. I thought he didn't show up until the end.
At last, my search is over. I was beginning to fear someone else had killed you and deprived me of the pleasure. You may have defeated the pathetic bounty hunter my master sent after you, but you are no match for
Allo's speeder is right behind you.
At the foot of the Dark Lord himself. Your words mean nothing to me, unless you wish to beg for your life. No? Then I shall try to...
I need to heal. That's why I hate fighting Sith like this. Damn it. Okay, we're back. There was an autosave just as we entered the Eastern Dune Sea, so there wasn't that long of a walk back, and then we gotta fight Bandon again.
Let's make it.
Well, why I stopped fighting there, but I'll take the chance to heal. That's why I hate the Force Strain ability. Need to get him some health. Got him. Rough. But hey, we avenged Thrask.
What can I do?
Getting at this point in the game, once you get everyone, like all of the Jedi characters high levels, you get the Force heal. A lot more Force heals. Well, that's Bandon dead. I honestly forgot he shows up. He could show up there. I thought he wouldn't have shown up until the end of Kashyyyk or Manon, whichever one we do next. Weird. Right, it's just a quick jog back to Anchorage. Gotta say, the sandcrawlers, the weird design for them in this. Then again, this is 400 years before New Hope. Because that's the way the Star Wars calendar works. It's A New Hope is the year 0, so this is 400 years before BBY before Battle of Yavin, while everything after is ABY after Battle of Yavin. Just helps narrow it down. I think episode 1 is 33 years before Battle of Yavin. Anyway, we're back in Anchorage. Not a Canderous system that's actually, can I swap out for Juhani?
Yes?
Your wish? How may I... What?
Nope, Juhani is still non-talkable. Maybe if I get her another level up. Also, why does the cantina door have a shit ton of blast marks? Quick save. So I never have to do that bandit fight again.
Back already? Have you even looked for the holocron yet?
I have the holocron, Mother. I'm just not sure I want to give it to you.
And why not? Would you deny me even that?
I've never denied you anything, Mother. You may think I don't remember what it was like before I left for the Order, but I do. You were the one who pushed Father to go on one treasure hunt after the other. You loved living in wealth. You think I don't remember the fights? You were eager to send me to the Jedi even though I didn't want to go. You took Father away from me. And now this holocron is all I have of him.
Fool girl. You have a strange way of remembering things. That wasn't...
No, I don't wish to argue with you anymore, Mother. It's time we part. You don't know her. My mother is notoriously deceptive when she wants something. Why should she have the holocron?
Is it too difficult to believe that I am a dying woman who simply wishes to see her husband one last time?
I find it difficult to believe anything you say, Mother. You're right. It shames me, but I find it difficult to let go of the past. I'm sorry, Mother.
I was hard on you, dear. I wasn't a very good mother to you. I know that. Your father loved you so. He wanted you to be just like him. He wanted to take you on his hunts, but I said they were too dangerous. I always tried to keep him from the dangerous ones, but he would have none of it. It was a reckless life we led. Always moving. I didn't want that for you.
So that's why you gave me to the Order?
What do your father and I have to show for all those years of hunting? Nothing. That was no life for anyone. Especially not someone as gifted as you, your father. He spent all his last years trying to pay for my treatments. That's why he went for the pearls. I begged him not to, but...
Your treatments?
I'm dying, Bastilla. I did not lie about that. It's been a long time in the coming, and there's really nothing that can be done anymore. I told your father to let me go, but you know how he was. Stubborn.
I'm so sorry, Mother. I don't know what to say.
Keep the holocron, Bastilla. It would do me good to know you have it. This talking to you. This is what I really needed before
I know. Thank you. I'm glad we talked too.
Oh, you said you had important business, and you were never one to mince words. You there. You take care of my daughter, you hear me?
With gusto.
That's good. I'll feel a lot better knowing there's someone to watch her.
Where are you going to go?
It doesn't matter, dear. Don't you worry about me.
Here, take these 500 credits. That's all I have. Go to Coruscant and find a doctor. I'll meet you there after what I have to do.
But I already told you there's nothing that can...
Please take it. I want to see you again, when we can talk.
All right, I will. You do what you have to, Bastilla. You go make your father and I proud.
I'll try. Farewell, Mother.
Nice, that's Bastilla's mission done.
How can I help? Yes, that brought me a lot of peace. More than I thought it would have. Thank you for urging me toward it. After all my training, I would have thought it would have been easier. Apparently, I still have much to learn.
Family's the hardest thing to deal with, no matter how good your family is. It's the only group of people that can really get under your skin, for good and bad.
How can I help? Why? I could not accomplish this on my own. I need the aid of others. especially one who is strong in the Force. The bond between us made you a natural choice. Besides, the events on Taris proved that the Force wanted to bring us together for this mission.
And get ready for
the Force is involved. Is that not enough for you? I said we were brought together for our mission, to stop Malak. I hardly think the Force would be pushing us toward a romantic involvement when the fate of the galaxy is at stake. Please try to stay focused. I doubt the Council would approve if they knew we were busy discussing our mutual attraction when we should be saving the galaxy from Malak.
Mutual attraction?
Mutual attraction? I never said... It's just an expression. Whatever our feelings... whatever your feelings, you have to try
Poor
to... Poor
Juhani, she's on the side like, oh, I'm out of this.
Finding the missing pieces of the star maps is our only hope of locating the Star Forge and defeating Malak. The Council explained all this quite clearly. I admit, there were times that I wondered if this is more than just a mission to stop Malak. There were times when I wondered if this was also a way for the Council to test my own abilities. I wondered if the Council wanted to see how I would help and guide you on our quest. I wondered if they were testing me to see if I was ready to become a Jedi Master myself. And then I realized how foolish such thoughts were.
Well, technically,
as the Council explained,
she is technically still a Padawan. She's not even a knight yet, I think.
From the Sith. The fate of the galaxy is at stake. The Council would not risk it merely to test me. They calculated the risks, and in the end chose the only option available. You must learn to trust in the wisdom of the Council. Your destiny will come when its appointed time. You mustn't be so impatient. Must you be so frustrating? I admit, I had a moment of foolish pride, but I'm over it. Now I am focused on my true responsibilities. I'm simply trying to help you and complete this mission, and yet you battle me at every turn. Fun? Fun? Driving me insane is your idea of a good time? You are a very odd man. Do you know that? I simply don't know how to deal with you. All I want to do is help you, but you seem determined to drive me mad.
Playful banter.
I don't know if I should be outraged that you keep joking about serious matters, or if I should be grateful that you can always lighten the mood. Come on, come. Let's move on. There's much to be done.
I would have listened to Bastilla and then I've been playing through Mass Effect again. Female FemShep has the same voice actress, Jen Hale. It's just weird seeing them. Jen Hale's more dutiful soldier type voice for FemShep. Oh well, moving on. We're done with Tatooine for now. Where are we on time anyway? Oh, it took us nearly an hour to do those two quests. Might just call it here then. Yeah, I might call it here for this one. And that way we can get Kashyyyk. We can have a full hour for Kashyyyk. It's a little bit more linear than thing is, though, the other two were.
How can I help? I do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us. You're teasing me. You know very well what I said. Well, yes. Surely that's not so surprising. Did I? I am trying to be sincere here. It occurred to me that I may have been too critical of you. Too demanding at times. I know my manner can be a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything else. I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really. Yes, well, there's no need for you to agree so wholeheartedly. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. Even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. Maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. had to tell you how much I care for you. As a friend, of course. Please, it's not allowed. I have to remain true to the Jedi ideal. If this is going to cause a problem, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Well, that was not nearly so difficult as I feared. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better. But enough soul searching for now. How can I help?
Right then. We've got Kashyyyk and Manan to do next. I think we'll call it there and have Kashyyyk with the fresh hour. Yeah, we already have 51 minutes. Actually, wait, I want to talk to Canderous first.
Yeah, what do you... This thing with Jot, is there...
Anything HK can say? Okay. We'll try Juhani, yeah. That's why you don't really talk to Salvar. He just says he doesn't want to talk.
How may I be of...
That's why when you go to Kashyyyk, it all changes, because Kashyyyk is basically his giant companion quest. Right, we'll call that there. And we, Addy.